Hi, I'm Maddie from Funk You Up Sundays, and we're here with Lord Lover Radio doing a live interview, exclusive live interview with Dbl Up. Would you guys introduce yourselves?
Well, how you doing? My name is Wild.
Got your boy Skiddlz right here.
And my name is Ken Folk.
Alright, so why don't you tell us a little bit about yourselves, what kind of music you play?
Well, we dabble into whatever we can do. I like to ghostwrite, so there's been a few R&B artists locally who came up to me and asked me to write choruses and stuff for them. That's kind of how it all got started for me. You know, I grew up in St. Louis, so I've been doing it since St. Louis too.
Awesome. And how long have you been in the business?
For about 10 years now.
10 years?
Yes, ma'am.
And you are?
Skiddlz over here. I grew up playing, excuse me, I grew up playing in rock and roll bands, but always had a very influence in hip hop a lot. Then started making hip hop beats, and then got around town about the kid on the corner making hip hop beats, and then I got up with Dbl Up, and then became a crew, and that's really how it started with me. Been playing the drums now for about 13 years. So on that.
And how many years have you been in?
Oh wow, with the hip hop, I've probably been in it now for about 5 years, about 5-6 years now.
5-6 years.
Yeah.
How long have you been in the business?
I've been in the business about 5 or 6 years also. I'm actually the baby out of the group because I actually started off with poems. I didn't start off with the rapping, and I actually met Wild and we clicked up before we actually became Dbl Up and met Skiddlz. It was just, it seemed like a match that was made in heaven for real.
God.
And I see you guys performing at school.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
That's internet. So, what inspires you? What does the music come from? Who writes? Everybody writes?
Everybody
All of you
writes.
write the lyrics and everything? So is it poetry? Is it lyrics? Because everybody has a different way of calling it. So which one do you write?
Well, to me, it's pretty much both. I mean, I started off with poetry myself. I, in fact, had a poem on my arm from black ice. It's now getting covered up by another tattoo. But I originally started off with poetry myself. You know, that's why me and my brother clicked so well. And I call it art.
Pretty much.
And what inspires you? What inspires your lyrics?
Well, what inspires my lyrics is what happens on my daily basis. Like,
Everyday life.
I originally started off as a deep rapper, you know, really deep in the lyrics, really deep in the feelings and emotions, and I really wasn't on too much of the bouncy type of stuff because I wasn't really in that mood. But the more and more I did rap and the more I did music, I realized I had to touch every aspect of hip hop. I couldn't just stay on one aspect. So I eventually crossed over into making more bouncy music and more club music and more feel-good music along with my deep music.
You're the quiet one, huh?
For me, I really don't, I mean, I do all my own writing, but as far as the ideas for the song, it seems like it just comes out of nowhere, like, gotta write about this, so I'll just jot it down. And my brother, he has the chorus, he's the chorus man, I'm the verse man, that's why we Dbl Up so good together.
And I was going to ask that's my next question. How did you get the name of your group? So,
It actually started off with our real name. My original name wasn't Wild. It was actually LV, you know, Little Vicious. I started off at 14 years old. I started off 10 years old rapping. I started off at 14 in the business with PD Wax, a local record label in St. Louis. I used to do a lot of things for them, follow my cousin around. They had a group called Out of Order. We put out a tour that works on something, you know, went all around the world. So I had a lot of influence in the game, a lot of experience before I originally started doing it myself. That's what kind of escalated me into doing it myself. So, my nickname was Hoopy. You know, that was always something from my grandma. They always used to do the hey, Hoopy, you know what I'm saying? So it's two O's at the beginning of it, so it's Dbl Up. And my brother right here, I'll let him explain his own story.
I actually, when I first started, I was going by STL, because when I was rapping, there really wasn't, this was before Nelly had got on and everything. So with him being Dbl O, and I'm Dbl I, because that's what I actually settled on before I moved to Ken Lock. And that's actually where I got the name Ken Folk from Ken Lock. So with the Dbl I and the Dbl O, and then you get Dbl Up.
It also makes a nice little statement because we started off with nothing, but together we ended up with something, so we doubled up.
Right.
Skiddlz, I got flavor. I can't tell you. I got flavor. But no, seriously, the name Skiddlz, I got, for a while there, I was writing and I did a lot of battles. I did the battle rap thing for a little, just for a small bit. And my real name is Barry. And they were like, oh man, who's the white guy? Who's the white guy? And I'm like, oh, Barry. And this is when, and then was real big with the whole 8 Mile. Like, Barry, no, we're gonna call you Skiddlz. No, don't call me Skiddlz. No, we call you Skiddlz because Eminem's already taken. Okay. And it just stuck. And it was just like, okay, I guess I'm Skiddlz now. So of course, you know, we went in and respelled it and whatnot. And then I really got in more into the production side of things, playing more than one instrument. And when you first learn how to rap, you go for beats. With me being a true musician, I was like, well, I can make my own beats to rap to. That makes it easier. And then before I knew it, I was like, man, I like rapping, but I really like production. Production is what I love to do. These guys rap, and what I do, I rap through my fingers. You know what I mean? How I feel comes out through the music. And then we all feel the same thing. So that's what happens. That's the reason why we hooked up so good. We all have this everyday struggle and everything, every beat that I'm making, they all go, man, I was feeling that yesterday. So it just all works out really good. So what really inspires me are the
So how did you get with DJ International?
Well, about a year or so ago, we met up with Max. You know, he's actually just walking around, and you don't see too many stars who actually will put their faith in a person who has no technical background experience in traveling and everything else, and the business side of music. So it was, I really think that it was God that brought us together. You know, we met him walking. You know, my girlfriend actually when we met him walking. You know, he just so happened to mention, hey, I got a boyfriend, he raps, and Max took a chance.
Wow, okay, that's great, that's great.
So how is it working with Max? Where is he? Maximilian!
Maximilian!
Oh, okay, he's on the phone.
I gotta say, it's great, it's great. Everything is tough because it's a learning experience. I think anything that's true learning will be tough. If it's not tough, you cannot truly learn.
True. All right.
All right, so who in the future do you want to work with? Looking forward to working with anybody?
I mean, man.
Let's go on.
Everybody wants to work with, what's his name? The one that everybody's always saying they want to work with?
Talking about T.I. or Lil Wayne?
Lil Wayne. Everybody's a Lil Wayne. You want to work with Lil Wayne?
I mean, I'm open to all artists.
Yeah.
But if I had my choice, I would lean more to T.I.
T.I.
More laid back person like me. So, me, I know this is really gonna sound awkward and sound like some romance stuff, but if I had to work with any artist, I'd stick with my brother.
There you go. There you go. So is there anything else you want people in the world to know about you guys?
Yes, for me personally, I do want everybody to know that there's a lot coming up for Dbl Up. You know, we put out a few songs and they did all right. You know, we did a few songs in clubs around Chicago and they did all right. But it was hilarious for us, you know, just to be technical, you know, y'all being honest. It was extremely funny because the things that we put out, we felt were our mediocre stuff. You know, we didn't even really get to dip into any of our songs that we think are truly hot or that the local area has truly thought to be hot. You know, it's been a lot of radio play. You know, people coming to us like, hey man, that's got radio potential, you know what I'm saying? So we kind of brought out those songs first, but I always say, if y'all like those songs, then the city will knock you out.
I'm about to agree with Wild on that one. Dbl Up, we got a lot of things coming. Just look forward to us all the time. We are not those people that you can't approach. We love to talk to people. We want to know what's going on. We want to say hello. We want to say hello to you. That is you too, America. We want to say hello to you, so please approach us. Say hello, because we want to get to know the locals. We want to know where we're going. We want to know what's up. So that's really what Dbl Up's about. We want to stay familiar with everybody, what's going on. And please approach us, say hello. You know what I mean? We're going to sit down, we're going to hang out, we're going to say hi, we're going to talk, have a good time.